Um, Down in the back paddock, actually. It's actually quite cool. Um, Plenty to see and do, and look at those. Aren't they fantastic? And this is the back paddock. Um, Leads down into Picton. There's another one of the walkways that I've been talking about, but it's just pretty tranquil just to sit in one spot. And that, I got plenty of weeds going on. Weeds. Ah, yes. Shall we talk about weeds? Um, Referendum at the moment going on about weed. Um, yep, been down that track. How do I feel about it now? Medical marijuana, yeah, I don't have a problem with that because I actually think it's better than morphine because I've been down the morphine track as well. Highly addictive. All the pharmaceuticals, highly addictive. Um, Marijuana, yeah, it's the pain relief is quick, and for Crohn's sufferers, it helps you eat because one thing that you don't want to do when you've got Crohn's, the initial onset, is just start starving yourself, because anything you eat, just there's so much pain involved, and then it progressively gets worse because you start stressing, and your body just the amount of stress on your body just puts you in more pain, and you can't get you've got pain going on, you can't get your mind under control. Really hard to. So marijuana in that sense, yeah, sure, fine, two things it does: relieves pain pretty quickly, helps you to eat, and that sort of thing. But any drug, you've got the same side effects. There's the come downs, and the come downs is when people become irrational and um, do anything for a fix, I suppose. And that's when you start disregarding family members and all the things that are actually really good in your life. That's when everything sort of falls apart. And that really hard with chronic illnesses, with spinal illnesses and that sort of thing. So one thing I tried was when the doctors were scripting me lots and lots of pills. I think at one stage I was on like 30 pills a day. Was work out what I could endure in regards not increasing the dose, okay? So working on a plan of attack, how to reduce the dose down. And that's always done really gradually. You've got to do it slow. There's no two ways about it. You've got to do it slow. You've got to keep on it. You've got to keep journaling. You've got to keep writing down like the side effects, the better effects, um, that type of thing. And then things take time, but they progressively get better. And you just start noticing little things. Um, you might have to reorganise your diet. You may have to reorganise your exercise. Walking's really good. Walking, I would just, walk everywhere. Walk everywhere. If you're in a wheelchair everywhere because you'll keep your blood oxygenated and you keep your upper body strength. Sometimes you're in a wheelchair for like, I was 8 weeks, but I got in my wheelchair and went round the hospital doing circuits um, to keep my upper body strength and to actually keep me mentally still in the game, so that I could still not so much be in control of my own life, but know that there was more, you know. I tell you one thing, people don't treat people in wheelchairs very good at all, you know. It's one thing, open my eyes to having disabilities and that sort of thing. So, yeah, okay, so, so with the referendum and that sort of thing in New Zealand at the moment, I would have to say no to the legalisation. Sure, the medical companies and that sort of thing, yeah, fine. But unfortunately, you've still got that social side of things. It's side effects. It's mainly side effects of the drugs. Um, like I said, don't get me wrong, great instead of things like OxyContin, Oxynorm, gabapentin, all those sorts of things. Pharmaceutical companies will have a hammer at me, but, you know, hey, I'm just saying it like it is. Because you do know and understand if you've been there, been in that position, and many of you will have at some stage had an injury, a car injury, work injury, whatever it is, and then it's like your whole world falls apart, okay? So basically what you got to do is, this is just from experience, you do what you like, but you have to start piecing it together, and you have to start, hey, look, I used to pray every time I go into an operation, because operations are scary things, adults and children, Um, recite recipes, another thing. You just got to move your mind around and find what makes you comfortable and helps you deal with your anxieties leading into something that's quite stressful, okay? And your mind's probably one of the greatest things because you can actually feed it information, good information, okay? So you might be saying, okay, I'm going to do this operation. I'm going to be on painkillers and you work out sort of like a timeline. And then from then, and instead of increasing the medications, try decreasing. Try diet avenues to increase. Try exercise to increase oxygenating your blood flow. Whether you've got to drag your bum around the wards with a walker. Get up and get going again. I've had quite a few major surgeries, and like the doctors say, and this is so true, get up. Get up and get moving again. Incredibly important. Good for your body? Yeah, sure. But it's your mind. Your mind. You need to feed your mind. And exercise and walking and food, well, the right foods sort of thing, will take you further. And that's where you want to go. You want to go further, okay? You don't need to say, 6 months, it's going to be like this. If you need to, you just take a day at a time. Just start working on programs in your journal or whatever you like. I always journaled what I was eating, what medications I was on. Googled the medications to see what the side effects were of those sort of things. That helps so much. And now I've got to a point now, which I never actually thought I'd get to, ever, but I'm at a point now where I'm on like one medication a day, plus I'm in the hospital every 6 weeks, which is no biggie, once you accept that that's your life, that's part of your disease, then you can build everything around it. It's no problem. Or you can build your way through it, is actually another way of doing it. What else did I want to speak to you about today? Just, have a bit of kindness for people with disabilities and that sort of thing. They're still people. They still have emotions and that sort of thing. And that's something that people are very quick to just ignore, okay? Um, just because someone's got spina bifida or Parkinson's or anything like that doesn't mean their mind's not functioning, okay? So you're just dialoguing with anyone, everyone, because everyone is the same. I mean, we all got, most of us have got, I don't have all my bits and pieces, but um, we've got a heart, we've got a mind, got kidneys, livers. Sometimes we don't, but aside from that, we're all the same, and we all suffer anxieties. It doesn't matter whether you're top in your team or the bottom scale. Uh, there's no real placement. There's no real labels or anything like that. As one, we are people, and we should want the best for our neighbours. Should want the best for our children. We want the best for our parents. And just